Hey, my name's John, and I hope you're doing well today. And today I want to talk about something that I've been reading a lot about lately: the importance of being done. Within the past few days, I've been looking back on some of my past projects that I've worked on, which range from creating videos on YouTube to game development to other creative works. And I began to realize just how important being done is, whether that be through failure or completion. For a substantial portion of my creative journey, I struggled a lot with a really insidious habit. I would start on projects with a seemingly endless amount of enthusiasm, only to get bored and leave them unfinished. The initial spark of inspiration that made me want to tackle the project in the first place would slowly but surely fizzle, and the challenges often transform into seemingly impossible tasks, leading me to be embarrassingly abandoning the project before it's even done. Now, digging into the root of the problem, I've come to recognize that for a substantial reason behind this behavior was deeply rooted in my perfectionist tendencies. I get so tangled up in this never ending quest for perfection, always revising, editing, and reworking until I thought it was perfect. The fear of not wanting to produce something absolutely flawless would ultimately lead me to not complete anything, afraid of any criticism or the embarrassment I would get from others. Often, I would be critiquing my own work into oblivion, and especially when comparing to experts online, be frustrated as to why I can't be as good as them, leading me to be unable to reconcile my sky high standards with the gritty reality of the creative process. But you know what? This year has marked a pretty big turning point in my creative journey. After a long period of reflection and slowly getting used to completing projects, even if it ultimately fell short of the standards I wanted to do, I began to wholeheartedly embrace the idea that the process of completing a project, and no matter the outcome, whether it's failure or success, is a invaluable learning experience. And I feel like this is a relatable problem that anyone who has created any creative work has experienced, whether it be making a video, writing a book, or even something as mundane as cooking. Powering through projects, especially ones that fail to meet my own expectations, is a testament to growth and overcoming the fear of embarrassment. Every finished project, no matter how flawed, serves as a stepping stone towards improvement. And I think more importantly, a tangible record of progress and a celebration towards just becoming better. I feel a bit of a broken record by now, but it's really evident this year, and in particular with my YouTube videos. Even now, especially before, I found myself sort of drowning in a sea of unfinished scripts and videos, each one abandoned due to the fear of not wanting to put anything mediocre out into the public domain, especially for everyone to watch. But now I've adopted two new strategies that I think has helped me greatly so far. One, I write more drafts. I push through with them even if the script feels inadequate. And if it turns out that the draft itself is good, then I continue on with the process. And if not, at least it's both practice and a plan for a future video. And two, I try to put a reasonable limit onto how long a project can go on for. And I think this is really important because projects that tend to procrastinate tend to be projects that you don't really have that much passion on. The passion of any creative video is indeed a lengthy process, but when it borders on being dragged out too long, there's a risk of simply pushing forward with a project even if there isn't any creative drive behind it. Maybe it's a good idea to circle back on the idea at a later time when you're feeling more inspired to tackle about it again. But this one in particular has saved me a lot in particular, because instead of being stuck on a project for months on months on months on, and I know when to cut myself short and start on something new, something that I'm currently passionate on. Now, it's important to note that I'm still very much on this journey, and there's plenty of room for growth and refinement. However, I'm still enjoying the success that I've been getting with a change of mindset. I've been seeing a much higher rate of completed projects, and I've learned to sort of savor the creative process rather just be fixating on the flaws I made in a video. So, I'd like to ask you a question. Have you ever found yourself not being able to complete a certain project? And are you someone that likes to initiate new projects only to sort of stumble and leave them unfinished halfway through? If this sounds familiar, and I feel like it's something that almost everyone can relate to, I sort of encourage you to explore the concept of just being done, to think of failure as not something bad, but as a stepping stone towards growth and knowing when the right time to push through for even seemingly imperfect projects. The importance of being done has helped me out a lot so far, to welcome imperfections as an opportunity for advancement and to help us finish the projects that we once started. It's been my go-to philosophy as a day, as well as my approach to projects, and I hope it can transform unfinished projects that you have into imperfect but more importantly finished ones. Thanks for watching. Until next time.